That is stuck in there. Seized. Actually seized, man. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be changing the front disc and pads on this Ford Focus ST. So let's get straight into it. We need to open the brake fluid reservoir cap so that when we push the piston back, the fluid level can rise and it's not pressurized. Just rest it on there like that. Jack up the vehicle. Now there's arrows here, you can see, which show where the jacking points are. Like I say in my previous videos, always jack on a strong piece of metal. Just jack up enough so that you can take the wheel nuts off without the wheel spinning. So in a previous video I mentioned that the Ford wheel nuts come with a metal cap that cover them, and on this case this Ford does actually have the cover, and they're supposed to be a 90mm, but as you can see they're swollen from where they've been taken off so many times. That should actually fit on there, but it's not, so I'm gonna have to use a 20mm socket and be very careful. So it'll fit over there, but look, it's a tiny bit loose, so that should get them off. That's what I mean. It's always worth changing these out there. It's a horrible design. So I've got a 20mm socket on a long bar. Thank God these are not tight, so it shouldn't be too bad. And they're all cracked loose now, so let's jack the vehicle up. And now all the bolts are loose, we can just take the wheel off. As you can see, the reason we're changing these is because these pads are dangerously low and the discs have got a nice lip on them as well. There's not a huge amount of score marks or heat marks, to be honest, so they're not in bad shape, but definitely due a change. Right, so in order to get these off, just pop your screwdriver in here, pull back like that, just to release that, and then we can just push back on that and it pops off. Okay, so we need to remove the dust covers from this, but this one seems to have gone inside, so I'm just going to pop it in there and pop it out, and there it is. And then the same with the bottom one as well. I can probably get that with my finger there, just pull it back. So we're going to use a 7 Allen key bit, just get it on our socket over here, and then crack these bolts loose. That one's loose, and that one's loose as well. Same with the top one. Right, so once these are loose, just get a screwdriver and just pop these back. Okay, and the same with the bottom one. And now the caliper should separate from the disc. So in order to get the caliper away from the disc and separated, what I've done is I've put a screwdriver in between the piston and the disc. We'll just pry back. So once that's loose, you can put it away from the disc. I'm just going to rest it on top of the disc there for a sec. Okay, so now we can get the pads out. That's stuck in there, man. Damn, that is stuck in there. Seized. Actually seized, man. Oh my God. I have never seen that before. They are seized in place, so that means these were not sliding very good. Ow. Okay, let's try and give that a whack. Wow. Wow. I can't believe that was seized like that. I've never seen that on any car. So it's free, but it was just seized. They have seen better days, man. Look at that. Holy cow. The amount of brake dust on this is actually a joke. Look at that. I've got to work fast on this one because I don't have a lot of time, but I'm just going to compress this piston. And that's going back nicely. It's not seized at all. So once that bottom's out, then you're done. You just wind back and then you can just take that out. Clean it in there. My brush, and just brush it all off. spraying some brake cleaner. So just clean it up a bit. There we go, it's clean. Okay, so I've just hung the caliper up like that so the brake fluid line has no pressure on it. So we've got 2 bolts at the back that hold the caliper bracket in. Got one here where my finger is, and one up here. So just crick this one loose. It's very rusty back here. So we've got the top bolt out here. Now we just need to remove this bottom one as well. So I'm just gonna try and crack this one loose. Once it's a bit loose, I can get my smaller socket on. I'm just holding the bracket with my arm so that I can wrench it off properly. And the bracket is now off. So we just need to clean this up. Very, very dusty. I'm just going to get the wire brush on this, make it a bit easier. Right, so I'll just clean in here where the brake pads slide into. You can see all the crap that's coming out of them. And they're looking a lot better. Now the disc is not held in by anything but rust. There's no screws in this one, so I'm just gonna shock it loose, and there's a lot of stuff falling, man. See that? There you go, it's coming loose. It's coming loose now. There's a lot of stuff falling from that. Oh my god. Oh, it's the brake shield. Brake dust shield. This is really, really rusty as well, this mating surface. And look at that. That's bad, really, really bad. And that's the reason we're changing this. That's bad, man. That is rusty as hell. That is proper rusty. And down there, like, it's just breaking off from where it's just so rusty. I'm not going to snap it off, but all the brake dust that's fallen off. Shocking. Very, very bad. Now what I'm going to do is apply some copper grease to this hub area so that when the new disc goes on, it doesn't seize in place like this one did. Well, not as easily anyway, because there'll be some grease behind it. There we go. Okay, so let's open these new pads. And as always in my videos, I do really, really rate Apex brakes. They're very, very good. Look at that, beautiful. Beautiful, mate. Let's open the disc. As usual, we're going to clean the oil from these discs. I just wanted to show you the difference between, it's so rusty, man. And look at the difference between the pads. So that's literally almost touching metal. Pad material's almost gone. So definitely caught it at the right time. There's no grub screw hole in here, so it doesn't matter which orientation you put it. Just kind of push it in, and that's it. So I've just done the guide pin drill bit hack, where I put it in the drill bit, get a bit of sandpaper, spin it, clean it. Look at that, perfect. And the other one as well. There we go, perfect. Get that in place. So I'm just tightening the caliper brackets. Top one's going in. And now we just get the bottom one in. That's tight. Just going to tighten these bolts down with my torque wrench. This one here. So I'm just going to grease these guide pins. And then I'm going to push it into the caliper. And the same with this one. Just greased it already. And then I'll just push it into here, ready to go in. You also want to grease where the pads slide into the bracket on the back side as well, in here. So one pad will slide into there like that. The other pad will just slide in like that. And then these pins just push it in. Just squeeze it together and then give it a firm push and it's in. And then the disc can go on like that. So once that's done, we need to get the guide pin bolts in. Perfect. Okay, let's get the bottom one on. So in order to get this on, usually it's better to start with one side. I might need some pliers for this, so we want to keep that in there and we want to put that around just like that. And we can just give it a tap with a hammer. Done. Now we just need to pump the brake pedal a few times just to push the piston out. Yep, it's gone hard. Put the brake fluid reservoir cap back on. And now the wheel can go back on. And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I say about the chewed bolts. That's what happens, the caps become completely chewed up. That's why you're better off replacing these. Now let's drop the vehicle down just so the wheel's touching the ground. And then we can just tighten these wheels up with our torque wrench. And in this case I'm going for 100 Newton meters of torque on a 20mm socket, or 20 and a 19. We'll do the lock and one up first. I'd say you'd probably go for 110 usually, but I don't want to round these nuts off, so there we go. They'll need replacing soon. There you go, it slipped. Let's start it already. Let me try with the 19. It's not going on there. Got to deal with the 20. There's one. Slipping. That one's already screwed. They're just impossible to work with. Joke. To be honest, they torqued up nicely, so did that one. And now it's just that one bolt that's giving me issues. This one right here.
2,000 years later.
So we're having problems with this bolt, one bolt. Like I say, from factory they come with metal caps that kind of warp as you try and tighten them up.
Yeah, they're kind of cosmetic caps.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a 19mm socket, and then it kind of...
See, it goes all the way round.
Yeah,
and it's clipped onto there.
Yeah.
Take it to the grinder.
Yeah, so I can try and grind that off. And
yeah.
Much later.
so this bolt had a cap on it, like these ones, but it was all really chewed up. So we've just got it on the grinder, and we've just ground the cap off so that this becomes now an 18mm. So now I can tighten this up without having any issues, hopefully. Yes, amazing. 18mm working. Stupid what you have to do to these bolts to get them on. I highly recommend anyone change these bolts out, because this is just taking so much more time for such a simple job. There we go, perfect. So yeah, it does look a bit different, but doesn't have that stupid cap on it anymore. So I forgot to put these dust caps on, and you have to go from behind. I'm sorry I can't film it very well, but... And that's it, and we're done. And that, my friends, is how you change the front disc pads on a Ford Focus ST. As usual, if you did like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below if you've got any suggestions or comments, and please share the video with your friends and family. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.